Hi people, how you're doing? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. It is Sandra here and I'm back again with another video. Hopefully it's going to be interesting, enlightening and educative basically. So today we're going to be getting into Ben Shapiro and an Israeli student. Okay, so this is it's seeming to be very interesting and enlightening as I already stated. But without no further ado, people, let's put up the buckles and just get right into the video.
Over the last couple of weeks, I've heard you make multiple justifications for the carnage, the death, the despair, the now over 10,000 Palestinian people that have been slaughtered, refugee camps that have been bombed with one-ton bombs, US-made bombs, people picking up the body parts of their children and putting them in bags because they can't find every bit of their family's remains. And you have made the justification that it's worth it if Hamas is wiped out. I want to do a thought experiment for the audience. You push a button right now, Hamas is gone from the earth. Call it whatever you want, it's gone. What do Israeli-Palestinian relations look like?
So the answer is that it...
No, I'm going to tell you the answer.
Well, then that's not a question.
No, that was my framing of the question.
At a certain point,
so the answer,
as long as you get to a question mark at the end, we're good.
There's a question.
Okay. Sometime in the near future.
What does the West Bank look like? Who administers the West Bank?
You know, I got the question.
It's the Palestinian Authority who cooperates. They're docile. They work with the Israeli government.
In what way?
And what do you see in the West Bank? Day in, day out, ethnic cleansing. People getting kicked out of their homes. In the middle of the night, the Israeli Defense Force.
Is there
Orwellian, listen.
Okay.
There are
No,
questions
I know.
coming very soon, sir. I appreciate your time. Listen, people being pulled out of their homes, watching their homes demolished while their children cry.
Where's the question?
The question is, do Palestinians have the right to defend themselves?
So, can I ask a quick counter question? If by Palestinians defending themselves, is Hamas a terrorist group?
Sure.
Should Hamas surrender tomorrow?
It's not for me to say.
Okay, so...
Should Israel stop dropping one-ton bombs?
Hold on a second.
No.
You got to talk for several minutes and spew complete bullshit. So now it's my turn. So, because that's how this works. This is a dialogue. This is a dialogue. No, so let me explain, okay? Here is my perspective. My perspective on this is very clear, which is that what is happening right now in Gaza is horrific and a tragedy, and every ounce of blood that is being spilled is on Hamas. Hamas initiated this conflict. There was a ceasefire all the way up till October 6th. On October 7th, they stormed into Israel, murdered 1,500 people, and took 200 people hostage back into Gaza. They then planted themselves in terror tunnels that they've spent billions of dollars building, that they robbed from their own population, underneath civilian populations, including the Al-Shifa hospital. They have hundreds of thousands of gallons of fuel underneath Al-Shifa hospital being used solely and completely to fund their terrorism. And you say Hamas should not surrender. Now here's the deal. The minute Hamas surrenders, the bloodshed stops. It is that simple. As far as the Palestinian Authority has on its books laws that pay terrorists who kill Jews. They do get actual stipends that outgross the actual yearly earnings of Palestinians. Don't shake your head at me when what you're saying is factually untrue. So, what is going to happen next after Hamas is gone? The answer very much depends on whether the Palestinians ever decide to put in place a government that is willing to not attempt to genocidally exterminate the Jews. Israel pulled out of the Gaza Strip in 2005 completely. There were no Jews in the Gaza Strip in 2006.
The United Nations Security Council still considers them an effective occupier when they control the ports, the air spaces, all the territorial
Okay, so number one, you have to control...
Incorrect. They're incorrect on that fact.
On what
you're
fact?
presenting as a fact.
On
it's
what
not
fact?
A fact?
They did pull out.
They pulled out physically, but
but not mentally or emotionally.
No.
Okay.
I just explained how they did pull out.
As far as the ports, as far as the airspace, of course they have to prevent the shipment in of weaponry. Why? Because every single dollar that went into the Gaza Strip was used to build the greatest terror base on planet Earth, and we're watching the consequences of that right this very instant. Israel has complete air superiority over the Gaza Strip. If Israel truly wanted to commit human rights violation, they could literally turn the place into glass tomorrow. They are not doing that.
Listen to me. The West Bank. Explain the settlements. Is that Hamas's fault?
What? First, okay. So first, you need to. So first, can we finish with the Gaza? Are we done with Gaza? We're done with Gaza. So now we're moving to the West Bank.
I'm not going to separate them fully. No.
Of course, you're not going to separate them fully because you won't even say that Hamas should surrender.
I'm not in charge of Hamas.
That's such a ridiculous answer.
I'm not.
You're not in charge of Israel either, but you're dictating policy.
That's right.
as far,
You never answered my question.
I'm happy to answer your question.
Do Palestinians have the right to defend themselves?
If by defend themselves you mean murder innocent civilians, then no, they do not. Well, clearly you do, because you don't want Hamas to surrender.
No,
that's what they are doing. They are
said
murdering innocent Israeli civilians. They're murdering innocent Palestinian civilians. They are murdering anyone they can find. They're literally shooting people on the roads from North Gaza to South Gaza right now to tell them to go back and act as human shields for their rockets. That is what Hamas is doing right now, and you won't call on them to surrender. I'm done with this guy. We're done. We're done.
You're not done.
We're done. Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Goodbye.
Okay, that actually was heated. I don't think I mentioned it'll be heated in the beginning. Maybe that was because I didn't see that coming, or I didn't expect it to be that heated. I honestly feel like, to be honest, I'm very much open for correction. I could be speaking from an ignorant standpoint, but I feel like both men, they're onto something, but they're not completely there. I feel like both men do have like a lot they could pick out from each other's facts, in my opinion. Okay, and they need to calm down. Okay, both men were very, I don't even know, they just have this condescending attitude towards themselves. And Ben Shapiro, obviously I feel like that is like a reflex action, right? Like, I mean, this person came at him in a very sort of like aggressive and disrespectful manner, and I don't really appreciate when people come on here and it's like they have a personal beef with the person who is like up on stage. Okay, if you do have a personal beef, I don't think like a debate setting is the time to come hash things out, because he said he had a question and he went on like for minutes without actually deriving to the question, and people had to like urge him like, come on, where is the question? And then it sort of like seemed he had a personal beef with Ben Shapiro, and Ben Shapiro supporting Israel, and just being just like, you know, both of them being on the opposite, because he obviously is anti-Israel and Ben Shapiro happens to be pro-Israel. So they were clashing in that sense, but I feel like the manner of approach was a bit too emotional. And yeah, I mean, he obviously was very disrespectful. I just feel like both men do have room for more. I don't know, like I feel like they could really just pick a thing or two from each other's point and each other's perspective, which obviously is driving like where they stand with the issue on ground, and they need to calm down. And I don't know who that person was, if he was a student or if it was, you know, just somebody who just came on there. His manner of approach was really zero, and I think like Ben Shapiro kind of like lost it at the end. But nonetheless, I feel like I genuinely learned a thing or two, because when it comes to like these issues, I really do like, I crave to hear people's perspective. I crave to know the side of the internet. People have done the research and what has driven their opinions and their perspective. Like I'm very much interested in it. So once I see videos like this, I do appreciate it, because definitely it opens my mind and exposes me to a lot more perspective into like the issue, because I do not like being boxed in, just hearing from one side, you know, hearing from multiple sides. I think you can also learn and derive a thing or two from there, and that is also why I would love to know what y'all think on this issue. Please do engage and put down your comments, your thoughts, your feelings, perspective, all sorts in the comment box. I'm really gonna appreciate it. I'm gonna be there seeing y'all's comments, so let us put our heads together and just chat respectfully. But we have come to the very end of today's video. Thank you all so much for joining me. I really hope you guys enjoy something from this video. Do well to give this video a big thumbs up if you did like it, and hit that subscribe button for more amazing content as such. And upon to the very next one, let's keep on staying safe and healthy.